Hi, this is Jason from Horrific Nightmares, back to do another Ranking the Franchise. Today, I'm going to do one of my favorite franchises, one that has a new film coming out in October. And, yeah, I'm going to be doing the Halloween franchise, one of my favorites of all time. And one I actually did a ranking of when I first started my channel months ago. I never posted it. I wasn't really happy with it, so I erased it and decided to try again months later. And I wanted to do it in honor of the new film coming out, which I am looking forward to. And we have a lot to get through in this one. Just keep in mind that these are, of course, my opinion and how I view the films. And there is going to be there is a movie I'm going to be doing twice, and that is Halloween 6, because there's the producer's cut in here, which I believe kind of changes the overall tone in the film. So you will be seeing Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, twice in this ranking video. So without further ado, let's get started. Coming up last, and of course probably not a very big surprise, is Halloween Resurrection. Now, I've stated that I actually don't hate any of the films in this franchise. Um, this film is not very good, though, to be honest. I did see this in the movie theaters, so it does have some sentimental value to it. But overall, it's definitely the weakest in the franchise. It kind of loses something for me every time I watch it, which is not that often, but yeah, not really much more to say about that. I did kind of think that the whole concept with the reality TV show was a decent idea, just kind of poorly executed. So, but that is last, Halloween Resurrection. Coming up next, Halloween 2, the remake. I saw this in the theaters as well with my cousin, and I swear I saw a different movie because I actually liked it when I was in the theaters. When I bought it and brought it home, it just didn't really do anything for me, and to this day I don't understand why. I swear I saw a different film in the theater, but um, there is aspects of this film that I do like, but it is messy. It is a very messy film, and there are things in it that just don't make any sense at all. Um, to me, anyway. I mean, I understand kind of what he was going for, but yeah, this could have been done a lot better. So that's why it kind of falls to almost last place. But that is Halloween 2, the remake. Alright, coming up next, I'm going to have to do a little shifting here. Hopefully they don't fall. Is going to be Halloween 6, the producer's cut. Now, this is something that I had not seen before I got this box set. I was always told that the producer's cut was great, that it made the movie make more sense, and in a way it did, but I just kind of thought it was garbage. Um, I don't know, I just didn't like it. It didn't do anything for me. It just made the story, in my opinion, dumber. So, I don't know. But that is, I mean, it does have some great kills, and of course, Paul Rudd, Donald Pleasence in his last performance as Dr. Loomis. But yeah, it didn't do much for me. So, and that's why Halloween 6, the producer's cut, comes in at this place. Now, let's get back to our overall countdown here. Coming up next is Halloween H2O, a film that I enjoyed a lot in the theaters. I was dying to see this, so glad it came out. I really enjoyed it, but there's something about this film that just goes downhill for me every time I watch it, and I don't know what it is. It could be The Mask. I've talked to Joe, the horror man, about this. Apparently, The Mask was a CGI mask. Maybe that's what does it. I'm not really sure, but there's just something about this film that bugs me, and it just gets worse and worse over time. So that is Halloween H2O. Coming up next, Rob Zombie's Halloween. I actually enjoyed this film. I liked how they went back into Michael's life a little bit. Some movies should never be touched. Halloween is one of them. But I didn't think they did a terrible job here. Of course, I could have lived without it, but I like it for what it is. I think it was an okay take on the film. But like I said, it wouldn't have hurt my feelings if it never got made. So it's kind of a contradiction in terms, I know, but it does have a place, I guess, and I do watch it from time to time. But that is Halloween, the remake. Coming up next, Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Now, from the fourth film on, I saw all of them in the theaters. This one, I liked it. I just can't stand the mask. The mask, it's something about it. It just offends me. I don't know what it is. It makes his face look long. It just, I don't know. There's just something about the mask I just don't like. I like some of the background characters. Of course, Jamie's back. After you think she's going to become the killer in 4. Spoiler alert. But, I don't know. It just, there's parts of this I like, and parts of it I really don't. So, that's kind of why it comes in the place it is. And that's Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. Coming up next, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. I really enjoyed this when I saw it in the theaters. Saw it with a good friend of mine the night it came out. So glad that Michael Myers was back. Not that I hated Halloween 3. I actually loved the film. But it was just good to see Michael Myers back as the killer, back to its original roots. I think Halloween 3 would have benefited more theatrically if they would have released it as something different, as just Season of the Witch. But, just my opinion. The mask also kind of bothers me in this one as well. And there's this one scene in the film that really just bugs me. I don't know. When they're in the school and Michael Myers has a blonde wig on, it just really, really bugs me. I don't know. But overall, it's a fun watch. There's a lot of suspense, pretty high body count, and a likable cast for the most part. And that's Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Coming up next, Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. This, of course, is the theatrical version, which I absolutely love. I saw this in the theater when it first came out, in a movie theater that is no longer there. It's actually something else now. Went to see it by myself, and I literally looked around when I left the theater. It was at nighttime, and I was walking to my car, and I did look around. It had an effect on me. This movie is very, very mean-spirited, and the kills are gruesome. And I don't know what it says about me, but that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. Not to mention Paul Rudd and, Donald Pleasance, rest in peace. This was his final performance as Dr. Loomis. So, Halloween 6, one of my absolute favorite Halloween movies. Coming up next, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Like I stated before, I think this would have benefited from not being attached to the Halloween franchise. I know that was John Carpenter's original idea to be, kind of like a one-off anthology for every film to be something different. But I mean, it's just a great film. I just think it suffered theatrically from being attached to the Halloween franchise. So, um, but it is a fantastic film, and I love it. Absolutely love it. And around Halloween, of course, we sing the Silver Shamrock song, Counting Down. So, it definitely has an awesome place in my heart, anyway. So, coming up next, Halloween 2. Of course, I've stated in a lot of my other videos that I have a strange relationship with the number 2. This was the first one I saw, of course. I ended up seeing the original Halloween later, and this movie blew me away. I rented it on video disc and have loved it ever since. It's, in my opinion, very close to the original, and just an absolute favorite of mine. So, don't really know what more to say about Halloween 2. A little aggravated that they're not counting this as part of the Halloween legacy for the new film, but we'll see what happens. Which leaves, of course, my absolute favorite Halloween movie of all time, the original masterpiece by John Carpenter. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this. This is almost a perfect film. Although it has no blood and gore, it doesn't need it. It merely survives on suspense and genuine scares. With a terrific soundtrack. I mean, it's just a perfect movie, almost. But those are my rankings. Would love to know what you guys think. Comment down below, or make your own video. Would love to hear your rankings. And if you like what you see in here, hit that like button and subscribe. And until next time, peace.